What's up guys, Coach Shane here with Developing Prospects Baseball. Today we're going to go over 8 tips and techniques for outfielders, whether it's for players, whether it's for coaches, whether it's for parents trying to figure out the advantages for their kids to get in the lineup, kids trying to get in the starting lineup, or coaches trying to get their kids to the next level to have competitive outfielders that are ready to compete every single game. Let's jump right in. Alright guys, so for technique number 1, it's going to be talking about the drop step. Drop step is probably one of the most important things for outfielders. What is a drop step? Well, drop step's the position that our outfielders get to as the ball's hit when it comes to contact. So as soon as that outfielders were getting ready, that baseball's hit, we're either drop stepping to a 45-degree angle this way, or we're drop stepping to a 45-degree angle this way. And what that's going to do is, as soon as that ball is hit, we drop step and we're sitting. Why are we sitting? The whole point of us sitting is so that when that ball's hit, we know if we got to keep going that way, we got to go forward. One of the biggest mistakes that I hear a lot of times is as soon as the ball's hit, we start running backwards, which is not true. If we take our drop step, take our 45-degree angle, and we just start running backwards, what happens if that ball's hit soft in the air? We got to go that way. The whole point of this is to get a nice 45-degree angle, we sit, and then from that, we go into technique number 2. Technique number 2 is going to be 3 hard steps, head down, going towards something and finding a target in the outfield. What I mean by that is once we take our 45-degree angle, we're drop stepping, we're taking 3 hard steps this way, and then we're looking up and trying to find that baseball. A lot of mistakes I see with outfielders nowadays is as soon as they take that drop step, they're looking for the ball and their body's up. They're losing that power. Speed comes from you being low, and with this 45-degree angle, this drop step, if we're taking our 45-degree angle, taking our 3 hard steps, we're low and we're getting fast and transitioning into getting that baseball when it comes to the outfield. So for technique number 3, we're going to talk about now, once we get to that baseball, we're getting there, we get there. As soon as we get to that baseball, we're now working behind the baseball. I don't want to see you float to that baseball. I don't want to see you get here, baseball's coming, we catch it this way. As soon as we get that 45-degree angle, we're drop stepping, we're getting our 3 hard steps, we're finding the baseball, and once we get to that baseball, we're now working behind that baseball. We're catching that baseball as we're working through that baseball and transitioning into going into our throw going home. All right guys, so technique number 4. Technique number 4 is going to be our crow hop. What's a crow hop? The crow hop's our transition we're taking from once we field that baseball into our throw, going to home plate, to third base, to second base, or even the right fielders to first base, depending on the situation that we're in. So how do we get into crow hop, and why are we getting into crow hop? Well, first of all, for an outfielder that throws with the right hand, we're going to be getting to the baseball with our left foot forward, our glove out, and from this position, we're going to get our glove right outside our left foot. If you want to come over here so they can get a little close up to this. Once we're getting to that baseball, our glove's going to be on the outside of our foot. Does that make sense? So once we're getting to that baseball, we're coming forward, we're grabbing that baseball. Now, from this position, we're going to take that right leg and we're going to drive it through to wherever it is we're going. Taking that baseball, taking this right leg through, we're driving it, we're coming up, and we're landing in a good athletic position going towards our target. When we land though, we have to really make sure that we're not standing straight up, and when we're going to throw, we're not here. The whole point of this is to get momentum going towards our base that we're throwing at. So again, we take that baseball, take that right leg, come all the way through, we're crow hopping, and we're taking our throw going towards our target, going to home plate or whatever it is position-wise that we're throwing at. Okay, so for technique number 5, it's going to be talking about a four-seam throw going to our position that we're throwing at. What does that mean? Well, a lot of guys, when they go to take their throw, they grab the baseball and they hold it like this. They take the baseball, they hold it like this, they hold it like this. They're not really sure. They're just taking the baseball out of their glove and they're throwing it to their target. What we want to get as an outfielder is as much backspin going towards our throw as possible. What that means is when we get that baseball, we want to be into this position when we go to throw that baseball. What that's going to do is once we release that baseball, we're going to get that four-seam grip. Let's get a little look this way. So that four-seam grip is going to cause that ball to rise. The more rise we get in that ball, the more carry we're going to get in that ball. What happens with a lot of kids is when they get in that grip here, or that two-seam grip, when they go to throw the ball, it cuts. So what that means is once they're going, that baseball is going this way, which is causing that ball to go down and around instead of getting that backspin going through that baseball. All right, guys, so for technique number 6, now it's talking about the throw. So we talked about catching the ball, we talked about our drop step. Now we're gonna talk about our throw in general. What we want from the outfield is a good, low, hard throw. A lot of times guys think that they have to get it there on a pop fly all the way to the glove. It's not necessarily true. A lot of major league guys, if you watch games, they have low throws and a lot of times it ends up bouncing. Why do they want that? Well, as an infielder, if we're waiting for a throw and that ball's coming up in the air, we're waiting. We have to get that throw and it takes forever for us to get it down. Now, if that ball's low and that ball's bouncing, we're already in a good athletic position. We're waiting for that ball and we're able to get that tag down a lot quicker. The low throw also causes the ball to jump up and go a lot faster. Once that ball hits the ground and it's low, it skips and it goes fast. If that ball's coming from this angle, it hits the ground, what do you think is gonna happen? A lot of times it's just gonna hit the ground and it's gonna take a couple of soft bounces, which is not what we want. The faster the throw, the better it's gonna be for your infielder, and more often or not, the more often you're gonna get that throw to that bag and that runner's gonna be out at the base. All right, guys, we are on to technique number 7. What technique number 7 is running on our toes. A lot of coaches told me early on in my career that I was fast because I ran on my toes. I never thought that actually helped me in the outfield though. Why does that help? Well, a lot of guys, when they run in the outfield, they run flat-footed, they run on their heels. What that actually does for you is when they're running and they're running on their heels, that baseball is doing this. The whole time they're running, they're trying to pick up that baseball and they're never actually able to, and a lot of guys never understood that. For these guys that are actually have success with the outfield, they run on their toes. You watch those guys in the big leagues, they're getting to that baseball and they're running on their toes, and what that's doing is it's making that baseball stay flat. The whole time that they're running, that baseball's not jumping up and down. They're able to track that baseball because they're running on their toes. It's going to give you an advantage in the outfield a lot of times because in the outfield, you're moving around. You're sometimes playing center, you're playing left, you're playing right. There's a lot of running. You have to track that ball down. We want to take as many advantages as we can in the outfield. And I think technique number 7 is going to be really important. And if you like that, you got to put that into your game. Okay, guys, we made it all the way through 1 through 7. Now let's go into technique number 8. Technique number 8 is kind of simple. It's something you guys have always heard since you were little. But I thought I'd throw this into the video because it's something that I think is super important. It's still not done enough at the lower levels, the high school level, even the pro level. It's communication. In the outfield, communication is key. If you guys don't know this, who is the most important guy when it comes to the outfield and who's in charge of the outfield? It's the center fielder. The center fielder is the most important guy, and when it comes to communication, he's the role player. If the center fielder and the right fielder are going to the ball, they both call the ball. Who has the ball? The center fielder does because he's in charge. The left fielder and the center fielder running at the ball, it's the same idea. In the outfield, communication is key. You guys have to be able to get to that ball. If you don't have the ball, don't say you. Let that outfielder that's going to get the ball call it. If no one's calling it, go get that ball, call that guy off. One of the big things that I want to put with technique number 8 as well is once we're getting to that ball, don't be scared to use your arms. Sometimes it's hard to hear. You get a crowd of 10,000 people out there. For some of you guys, you have a loud high school crowd. You guys have a loud little league or pony crowd. Don't be scared if you're sitting behind that ball, everyone's running at you in the outfield, you're not really sure. Say I got it. Use those arms, let everyone know who has that ball. That way there's no mistakes when it comes to catching that baseball. All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, me and Matt are really trying to put out more videos for you guys. We're trying to help you guys out. We're trying to get as much baseball knowledge going back to you guys. We're trying to get you guys the things that we wish we would have known when we played to you guys. If you guys have any questions, let us know, comment below. There's that subscribe button. Please hit that. Turn on notifications so you guys can get more information when it comes to our videos, our release dates. And again, hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.